Let me start with a question. What if I told you the first 3 years of retirement might be the most important years of your entire financial life? Not just because of money, but because of the habits and decisions you make that can shape everything that follows. Over the years, I've noticed 5 smart moves that consistently separate the retirees who thrive from the ones who feel stressed or uncertain. So, whether you are a few years away from retiring or you're just starting to think about it, these 5 moves could change how you approach your future. Now, retiring is changing in Canada. We're living longer. In fact, the latest numbers show life expectancy has climbed to about 81.7 years. That's several decades of life to enjoy once you step away from work. At the same time, costs are going up. A recent Canadian survey showed that nearly two-thirds of people worry about outliving their savings, and the average amount people believe they'll need has jumped from 700,000 to 900,000 in just 1 year. So, this isn't just about time, it's about making decisions now that create freedom, that create security and purpose for the next 25 or even 30 years. A lot of retirees slip up in those early years, not because they didn't save enough, but because they didn't plan their habits. What often happens is people rush into big spending, skip over tax planning, or drift without structure. Each of those mistakes on its own might not seem huge, but together they can add stress and eat away at your finances. The good news is that you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be intentional. Think of retirement like building a house. The first 3 years are the foundation. Canadians are now living longer. Retirement could last 25 years or even 30 years. And many people already feel unprepared. With that in mind, setting a strong foundation now gives you confidence for everything that follows. First, so what is the first move? The first move is create new routines and connections. For decades, your day was shaped by work, wake up, grab your coffee, commute to work, reach your deadlines, meetings, and suddenly all of that is gone. It's disappeared. Without some kind of a structure, the days can blur together and for many people can feel empty. So, start simple. Maybe it's a morning walk, joining a hobby group, or setting aside time each week to see friends. Even volunteering once in a while adds purpose. And don't forget the social side. Work gave you built in human contact, and those little chats that made the day lighter for you. Retirement can take that away if you're not intentional. I've seen retirees who joined a local tennis or cycling group, and when I ask what they love most, they often say it's not just the activity, it's the people. That sense of belonging is just as important as the exercise or the hobby itself. So that was move number 1, and now we're going to go to move number 2, the second move, which is avoid big, unplanned financial decisions right out of the gate. It's tempting. You've worked hard, you've saved, and now you want to celebrate with a major trip, a new vehicle, or that home renovation you've been putting off. And if it's been planned for in advance, that's fantastic. Go ahead and enjoy it. But acting on impulse can backfire on you. Pulling a big chunk from your RRSP without freezing the tax hit or locking into a major expense before you know how your retirement income flows, this all can create a big stress on you. So, what is the safer approach? Give yourself 6 months to a year to settle in. Reevaluate what really matters to you once the initial excitement fades away. That way, the big spending decisions become part of your plan and it is not just a reaction to a situation. So that was move number 2, and let's go to the number 3, the third move. Put your advisory team in place and focus on tax planning. When you were working, income was simple. Your T4 showed what you earned and taxes came off automatically. But in retirement, you create your own paycheck. And whether that income comes from RSPs, TFSAs, non registered accounts, or even pensions, it makes a huge difference in how much tax you pay. This is where having the right team matters. An accountant helps look back at what already had happened, while a financial planner looks forward, mapping out the next 20 or 30 years for you. So, add tax advisors, insurance advisors if needed, and these would be the people watching out for you for the blind spots. You don't need to memorize every acronym: CPP, OAS, RIF, TFSA, but understanding the basics of how they fit together, that can save you thousands over the years. So that was move number 3, and let's move to number 4. Commit to ongoing reviews and make sure your estate documents are done. Retirement isn't a one-time decision. Markets change, health changes, your family situation might change too. That's why it's important to sit down at least once a year or every couple of years to check if your plan still lines up with your goals. You should ask, is my investment risk still appropriate? Could I reach my goals with less risk? Do my insurance needs still make sense? And please, don't put off your will or power of attorney. Too many Canadians delay this thinking they'll handle it later. But later isn't guaranteed. Nobody knows tomorrow. Having these documents in place protects your family and ensures your wishes are respected. It's not just a legal step, it's peace of mind. Peace of mind for the people who are left when you're gone. And that was number 4. And now I move to the final move, which is move number 5, which is design a flexible structure. For years, your schedule was dictated by work. Retirement doesn't mean giving that up entirely. It means designing it on your own terms now. The happiest retirees I've seen build a mix of structure and freedom. Maybe mornings are for a walk, reading, or fitness. Maybe afternoons are wide open for spontaneous activities, a lunch with friends, a midweek golf game, or even relaxing. And more Canadians are choosing a phased retirement, cutting back from 5 days to 4, then 3, before fully stepping away. It gives you time to adjust emotionally and financially at the same time. The key is not rigid scheduling. It's having enough structure to give your days meaning and enough flexibility to keep them joyful. Now, a couple of quick pushbacks I hear all the time. And one of those is, I've saved enough. I don't need to plan. The truth is, even a healthy savings account can shrink quickly if withdrawals and taxes are not managed well. Planning isn't about cutting back. It's about control and confidence. And another one is, sometimes people come and tell me, it's too early to plan. I'll figure it out when I retire. In reality, planning early gives you more flexibility. You're not locking yourself in. You're creating options, and options are what give you freedom at a later age. So, let's recap the 5 moves that set up a successful retirement. Number 1, build routines and build social ties. Number 2, take your time before making big financial commitments. No hasty decisions. Number 3, put your advisory team and a proper tax plan in place. Number 4, schedule regular reviews and complete your estate basics. And last not the least, number 5, create a flexible structure that balances routine with freedom. And if you focus on all these, retirement becomes less about worrying and more about living and enjoying. So, which of these 5 moves do you feel most ready to start on? Think about it, jot it down, maybe even share it in the comments below. Retirement is not something that just happens. It's something you can design yourself. And the earlier you start shaping it, the better it feels when the time finally arrives. Thanks for joining me today. Wishing you clarity, confidence, and a retirement filled with purpose and enjoyment. See you next time. Thank you.